everybody. It is Monday, March 16th, 2020. I am Lindsay Duff, and this is Responsible Day Trading. Responsible day trading has taken on a whole new meaning through all of this craziness, right? So responsible means being very responsible about the entries and exits you take, being responsible to sit out, being responsible with your health. I mean, it's all about being responsible, but it is really time to buckle up, Buttercup, because things are a little hectic. Now, does that mean that we can't learn during this time? It's absolutely, guys, y'all are home with me now, okay? This is where I live. This is where I'm at all the time. And now we get to spend a little bit more time together. This is a great time to work on your homework. This is a great time to go through market replays, learn a lot about what kind of day trader you are, but it's a great time to not get involved in the craziness. There are still traders trading. I have traded today and I traded Wednesday, and I was very cautious about it, and I did make a few mistakes, and we're gonna go over those in just a minute. Really, y'all, this is what we've been waiting for. This market has been moving up and up and up, and it's just been crawling and hitting new areas, and we've all known that it was going to come down before too long. Now let's go ahead, let's just take a look, and we'll go over my charts in just a moment. We're going to take a look first at that daily chart and go through that just a little bit. Okay, so this is just it pulled back last week, right? Now I've been waiting for it to come down to this area down here, and look, wow, look at that, almost to the tick at the close. It's almost been expected for a very long time. This is in December 2018, okay? 2019, excuse me, December 2019. This was our last major low. And when I'm talking about teaching you about learning more about the bigger picture with the trends, this is exactly what I have in mind. We've been making higher pivots, but our last major low was way back here. And so it hit it and just popped right back up to the upside. Is it going to pull all the way back up here? I don't know. Y'all, I am no fortune teller, because, you know, back here I was like, oh, we're going to pull all the way back up. I don't know these things. So I've had to make some adjustments to the way that I trade. There was a few things that didn't work out the way I planned. I have already marked these up, so I just want you to see this is Wednesday last week. So my first trade was negative 2.5. So I'm having to manage these just a little bit differently. I dropped in my entry here, and it pulled back and stopped me out to the tick, which meant my risk was just a little off of where it should be. And so I did get right back in. I wasn't going to mess around, got right back in right here as it pulled back, and made sure that my risk was right above here as it entered, and then the first target was 2 points. Well, when I entered that one, I didn't realize, but I had entered on a chart where I didn't have my strategy set up properly. I don't normally enter on the bigger charts, but I did, and I didn't have my strategy set up properly, so it only put me in with one target, which took me out almost immediately at 2 points. For the last 2 days, or for these 2 days of trading, I have only traded about 20 minutes a day. So this next one, I got in right back here, and we've got to move this carefully when we have global crosshairs on. You want to go up and over to the next chart, or you're going to be scrolling around forever. So got in with this next one, got out for 2 points. It came down, it started to pull back, and I'm like, I'm out. I've waited too long. I started to see reversal bar potentials on charts and took the exit as it pulled back for another 2 points. Well, that was a total of about 17 minutes, and I walked away for a while, came back, and let's see, traded right here. So there's a couple of things going on here. The first one that I enter on, I'm a little bit early. I was going to hit the close button, which got me at the 2.25, but I actually hit the reverse button and realized it very, very quickly. When it does reverse me, it only puts in one contract, thank goodness. And I took it out for a point, and I was like, what are you doing? You didn't want that long. It did go up, but it wasn't what I was looking for to happen. So when it pulled back here, I dropped my entry here, waiting for the price to pull back and hit me and make sure that I was right above the proper area when I entered. So I wanted to make sure that my risk was back here above the bars. It pulled down, took 2 points. Then as it was pulling back, I took 5 1/4. For that day, it was 7 1/4 points. Today, I took on another 9 points, and we'll look at that in just a moment. But these are the only 2 days that I've traded. Let's go to today. This morning, it was freezing up. It stopped. It had a huge drop. It did take us right down to that spot. When it pulled back right here, man, I could see the reasons for the short, but I was just waiting. What I did was I got in on this first one. I just got a little jumpy and I hit close. And so I lost a point on it. And I'm like, girl, what you thinking? This is exactly what you need. So I dragged and dropped. I dropped my entry right here, which put my risk right above this area. It took me out very, very quickly for the first 2 points. I grabbed and moved this down for the 7 points. When it didn't push through the Bollinger Bands here and was doing a very weak rollover here, I went ahead and took the exit. We can see, since it hit that low area, it's pulled right back into very, very flat EMAs on the 10-9-46. Now, this is an area where we can anticipate more down, but with this kind of snapback, I'm not sure that I'm going to stay on board with it. Plus, I've been done with this for over an hour. You want to be a part of it. I get it. I want to be a part of it too a lot of times, but I just have to sit back. I have to relax. I have to let it do its thing, because these bars right now, they're not too bad on the 233. They're only about 2-point bars, and you can drag and drop in there, but it's just, unless you really, really know what you're doing and you're all ready to buckle up, buttercup, you don't want to be a part of it. Just sit out, learn. This is your time to really take the time to learn. I realize we don't have sports and we don't have social gatherings and all that kind of stuff. It's temporary. That stuff will come back. But what you take this time to learn, the skills that you create for yourself that are sustainable along the way as you are taking this time, is going to be invaluable. We are working to get a program out to more students, and it's going to be with some group classes and things like that, so that more people can really utilize their time wisely and get some information that they really need. One other thing I want to show you is my new MACDs. I'm still working on them a little bit, but check these out. So here's my new MACDs. Here's the old ones, okay? And here's the new ones. These are some gradient MACDs. They're going to change colors for us to give us a little bit more information than we had before. Now, I use these type of MACDs on NinjaTrader 7. You can see that they give some information when we're looking for a turn. So they're starting to turn really white right now, which may indicate that we're going to be seeing this give a pullback. It doesn't mean it's going to turn it around, but give it a pullback. And let's look at the 610. These are starting to lighten up. Now look how these got really white here, and it did help in the change. We saw it get white here, it pulled back down, it did continue up, but then it gave us divergences. It's almost like a pre-divergence in my mind, just a kind of a warning that we may be seeing divergence fairly soon. Now, the white BBs alone are not a reason to take a trade. We're going to see them line up with other things on other charts, but man, they are going to be really a key part in us understanding when we should take some exits, looking for pullbacks. We still got a little bit of tweaking to do with these kind of things, because I want to make sure that they're set right. And I also want to make sure that before I put them on the website and start teaching them, that I have a really good handle on them. So this is a combination of 2 different MACDs that I used to use on a regular basis, and you can see what it's doing. It's giving that pushback just like we're anticipating. So yeah, I'm excited about that, y'all. I mean, it is going to be some new learning for a couple of people. I will create a whole area, and I want to show you, let me come back to it one more time. I want to show you what happens here is you will be able to, if you're not liking the gradient, you can get rid of them and you can just come back to some regular MACDs. But I like my gradient action. These are going to be open and free to the public. So I'm not going to charge you for these indicators because, honestly, it's just me taking the idea of 2 indicators I've loved along the way and being able to find, being able to get someone smart enough to put them together. So it was some work to get those to put together, but y'all, they're going to be game changers. Game changers. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm excited. I have a lot I want to work on. I'm adding some more videos to the end of my curriculum. Everything is updated up through Divergence. When these MACDs are ready, I will create more curriculum to go over those. So students who do not use NinjaTrader will still have the curriculum over the regular MACDs, and those who do use NinjaTrader and are able to use these MACDs will have the information y'all need over those as well. So we want to be able to accommodate everybody so you don't feel stuck to using NinjaTrader, although I highly recommend it. But some of you really like what you're already using, and I understand. Man, I just want to look at this. Look at that. See how accurate those things were? Wow. Wow. Starting to get bright again. Okay. All right. That's going to wrap it up, guys. I hope everybody has a fabulous week. I know it's a tough 2 weeks. If you are stuck at home and you're in my area, or if there's anything I can do, anything that I can do to help you, please contact me. I'm easy to get a hold of. I had a friend who contacted me and couldn't find baby formula, so I went and bought 3 cans, which is what I can find, and then had someone else donated 26 cans of baby formula to them. So they couldn't find food for their baby, they couldn't find meat, so they live an hour from me and I could find it here. So I went and grabbed meat and eggs, and I made a giant roast and sent it home with them, and just made sure that people are taken care of. I mean, I'm not Superwoman. I can't do it all, but I can definitely do my best. So if you need something, definitely let me know, guys. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up because I've got a lot that I can do to help people move forward and be prepared when the time is right. So as always, I look forward to catching you on the profitable side.